Hello, everyone. I'm Marva, and once again, thank you for supporting us here at the Charles Fort Lauderdale Garden. And remember to support someone, a content creator who has left a comment on this video. Go over their channel, give them a support, and tell them that I sent you. In today's video, I'm going to be harvesting from the luscious, fluffy string beans bed for the first time. Let's go harvest. Now take a closer look. When I said luscious and fluffy, that was no exaggeration. Yeah, some parts higher than others, and look at the size of the beans. Look at this one. Yeah, very healthy. Lots of beans on the inside. Yeah, so watch. Stay with me as I harvest. Look at the size of these leaves. They are so broad. It's lovely. 10 days ago, there were no beans on this. If you want to plant something and see quick growth, try beans. Every backyard garden should have string beans, because once they start growing, they don't stop. And you can get a lot of yield several times from one bed. You might be wondering why I had nets over the beds. The reason, twofold. There are two reasons. One is to contain the pests, and two, to prevent the wildlife from walking or destroying the beds. So we have raccoons that come through every evening. They go back and forth in the garden. And while it's covered, they're not tempted to go into the bed, and it protects the bed from them. So I find that netting is a good way, because what I do, I observe them, and they've been walking. For the most part, it's only one time that I've seen one of them walk across the sweet potato bed, but they just walk around it. And raccoons, like all rodents, what they really love to do is dig. So they don't really come to eat the fruits or vegetables. They just dig up the bed. You know, that's what they do. One of these days, I will tell you the story of the raccoons that made the nests in the walls of our home. Yeah, terrifying, but it's good to know what to expect, what can be expected if you don't protect your home from them. There's a lot of beans over here. Look what I've gotten so far. Now, the latest critter or the latest wildlife that I've seen coming through, so far only one of them, iguana. Now, where you see one, there's always more. And iguanas are very plentiful in this state, though they are not native to the state. They were brought here and now they're breed up and taking over extensive areas. Now, the one thing about iguanas is they're mainly vegetarians, and they will eat any green thing that they can find. And if you watch the previous video, you will see how, I believe that's the one that we saw, how it destroyed our bok chow bed. So we cannot allow it to stay like that, or else they can just breed and take over the garden totally. So we need to do something about getting rid of them. They don't have natural enemies around here, and that's why they're able to do that, to breed so much. Look at this. There's some nice big ones. Yeah, so that's the one I'm concerned about. Not even concerned about the raccoons, because they don't come into the bed. It's the iguana that can find small spaces that I'm concerned about. And they will enter and eat up the crops, especially the leaves. Look, I'm only halfway in the bed so far. And this is what I've gotten. And with these, you have to come back like every 2 days to harvest. So this is the first harvest. I'm going to come back in 2 days to do some more. But let me go ahead along the rest of the bed. There's quite a bit right here. They are long, but they're tender. See, if I snap, see if you can see this. Very tender. If you leave them too long, they will get hard, too tough. And that's when you just have to leave them to go to seed and then plant those seeds again for the next season. This is the healthiest bed of beans that we have ever had, and the size of the leaves, it's the biggest that I've seen. There's still some blossoms on the bed, so Some parts don't have any beans yet. I don't see any here, but I know in a couple of days there will be. All right, let me push this back inside the bed to give the raccoons space to walk. Yeah, they walk along this path. Here's the result of today's harvest. Beautiful, isn't it? I really appreciate you stopping by and supporting the Charles Fort Lauderdale Garden. And remember to support another content creator. See you next time, right here in the Charles Fort Lauderdale Garden.